My dear follower, I know that your life circumstances are very tough, and because they are tough, you have very few choices in life. I know you want to change your circumstances and succeed in life, and because I have learned how you can change your life even in the worst conditions. I have carefully built the content of this video, where I will teach you how to change your life and alter your life circumstances despite their harshness. This is real and tested, and not only that, I will also prove to you that success is a choice. Happiness and sadness are choices, and you can choose using this habit. I will explain the first habit, the strongest and the greatest habit from the book The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by the great author Stephen R. Covey. This book will change your life. In this video, prepare yourself a nice cup of coffee, or your favorite tea or drink, and focus with me. This video is, in my opinion, the most impactful video I can explain on this channel. Let's enjoy it together. This habit is so powerful that there are books, courses, and workshops that cost up to 10,000 riyals for just 5 days or 3 days to teach you how to practice it. The price of these courses has reached this level because they know how powerful this habit is. If it wasn't so powerful, Stephen Covey wouldn't have made it the first habit he explains in this book. You don't need to read books or attend courses. I have provided you with a comprehensive and sufficient explanation in this video, God willing, even to the extent that you may pray for me. Peace be upon you and God's mercy and blessings. Welcome, my friend. I am with you, Fahad Al-Tumi, on the Dopamine channel where we combine music and books. If you are new to this channel, I read books and provide you with their benefits. If you want to gain the benefits of reading without actually reading, subscribe to the channel. I recently posted a video on Instagram as part of my explanation of the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, where I mentioned that in the 21st century, anyone can become wealthy while sitting in their room as long as they have a mobile phone and internet. Today, in the 21st century, anyone can create their own opportunities as long as they have a mobile phone and internet. A friend from Germany messaged me and said, Fahad, I heard you say in the video, create your own opportunities. How can I create opportunities while I am displaced? He asked me to explain what it means to be displaced. Being displaced means that he is a person who has left his city and is living in a tent. The people living with him in these tents just want to live their lives normally. This is their biggest wish. Please, teach me how I can create my own opportunities. In these circumstances, before I tell you my response to him, I want to express my deep gratitude to him. Allow me to share his story with you before I respond. It sparked thousands of responses in my mind. I know many things that can bring about a change in his life despite such difficult conditions. These include the law of attraction, the power of the subconscious mind, and the power of choice. Among these, I chose to explain this particular habit to him. I told him, listen to me, the advice I am about to give you will change your life by 99% even in such circumstances, and I am confident about this with the help of God. I said to him, first, I will explain it to you in a simple way, and then I will give you an example. I told him, the circumstances around us, my friend, fall into 2 types. The first type includes circumstances that we cannot control and are beyond our reach, such as being a displaced person like yourself. Unfortunately, you cannot change this, along with poverty, chronic illness, physical disability, or paralysis. These are the types of circumstances that humans cannot control. The second type of circumstances is the ones that humans can control and have power over, such as education and personal development, physical strength, learning a trade, and many other things. So, if you want to create opportunities in this life despite these circumstances, you must focus on the ones you can control. These are the circumstances in which you can make a difference in your life. Let me give you an example. Imagine you are a person who doesn't speak English very well, and you decide to learn it. Education is one of the circumstances that you can control. In the 21st century, you can open your mobile phone, access YouTube, and learn English to a level of proficiency, and it's for free. And speaking of English, my dear follower, after you learned and mastered the English language, you decided to leverage this step and take the initiative to teach English on platforms like Instagram, YouTube, or any other social media platform. You could do this from your phone. Let's assume that you worked tirelessly and put in a lot of effort to create this content, and you built a strong following. Once you reach this stage, you could earn thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. I swear, this is a well-known reality on YouTube. People can literally make 500,000 Saudi riyals per month, and they deserve it. They have increased their income through their hard work and content creation. The question, my friend, is, won't you be able to make a difference in your life despite the difficult circumstances you are facing if you focus on the aspects you can control? I told him that I am confident, very confident, that you will change your life. Do you know why? Because you didn't sit still and accept the circumstances you are living in. You didn't keep blaming others or the situations you were in. You are interested and still interested in changing your life. That's why you came to me and asked me how you could create your own opportunities. By following this method, you can indeed change your whole life. Focus on the aspects you can control and change them, and your life will change. This is the first habit of the 7 habits, my dear follower, as named by Stephen Covey. Be proactive, and let me explain to you the meaning of being proactive. Unfortunately, when you translate the word proactive literally, it won't give you the proper definition. For example, they might tell you that proactive means hastening or to hasten, or proactivity means initiative. So, what is the meaning of hastening? This is where being proactive comes in. Let me get you out of this confusion. So, my dear follower, I have provided you with a definition of being proactive. I admit it's a bit cheesy, but I am confident that it will benefit you. The definition conveys the meaning of taking the initiative and acting before circumstances force you to act. It means to start and move swiftly, like dictionaries say, to do the right thing and the most effective thing before circumstances force you to do it. In other words, consider the circumstances you can control and those you cannot, and find the best and most impactful action you can take in these circumstances and start doing it quickly. I am sure that one day, circumstances may force you to do this very thing, but by then, it will be too late, and its impact will be very weak at that time. So, my dear follower, do not wait until you are starving to look for food, do not wait for your circumstances to collapse before you start moving and trying to survive. If you take action before circumstances force you, you will make a significant difference in your life. Take action. This is progress and development in your life. But if you move only after circumstances force you, it will be an attempt to survive. Just remember, don't wait for the circumstances to be perfect. Understand that this is never going to happen. So, from now on, start changing your life and the aspects you can control. The most important aspect to focus on is your mind. If you change it, educate it, develop it, and invest in it, you will open up countless opportunities. Just like in the previous example with English, you can learn it from YouTube and it will open up vast horizons for you. Any knowledge besides English will provide you with even more options. This video alone can change your life, so imagine what 10 videos like this can do. That's why you should subscribe to the channel. And one book like this can surely change your life, so what about 100 books like this? Since you have a phone, you can reach information easily. As I was financially well off in 2018, I started looking for additional sources of income through the internet. I found some amazing and absurd things. Anyone could do them, for instance, opening an Instagram account and targeting a specific niche, like posting songs by a particular famous singer such as Michael Jackson. Consistently working on this account every day would attract 10,000 followers within a maximum of 6 months. You could then sell the account for approximately $1,000. However, when your Instagram followers surpass 10,000, you get even more business opportunities. You can add buttons for orders, delivery, and more. Accounts with more than 10,000 followers are sought after by many businesses. For example, you could sell 6 or 7 accounts, each for $1,000, after 6 months. So, do the math. The possibilities are impressive. The total revenue from selling these accounts would be 42,000 Saudi riyals. Can you imagine how much you could earn if you utilized your mind and creativity in different ventures? The opportunities are endless. What frustrated me was that I was unemployed from May 2015 until September 2020, and I never even thought about entering YouTube and exploring the internet for additional income. If I had done that at the time and made a video like this, I could have earned 42,000 Saudi riyals while being unemployed. This is a feature of reading. Reading is not just about knowledge. For example, I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, and it taught me ways to achieve wealth. The information was incredibly enlightening, but I won't stop with just that book. I'll read other books that teach me how to attain wealth. Why? Not just for the sake of information. No, it's because books not only give you information but also expand your horizons, help you see things and opportunities you might not have noticed before. So, read, and may God bless you with 42,000 Saudi riyals, my dear friend. Now, let's do it. You're sitting there, turning off my video, and I'll do it. There are many types of niches. You can upload songs from a famous artist, highlight goals from a renowned player, share content about movies, anime, games, or anything else. The possibilities are numerous. People open Instagram accounts to post news or various funny videos and make money. All you need is a smartphone, internet, and welcome change in your life. Of course, you might ask, why didn't you do it, Nasser? Do you think it's easy? That's what my followers say. No, I didn't do it. Instead, I did something better and even more challenging. Creating the content you see on YouTube is harder and better. This is one way that can change your life. Go to YouTube, and you'll find a million ways to do it. If you speak English, search for videos in English, and you'll find even more opportunities than in the Arabic language. There are many fields to explore, my friend. But what about happiness, Nasser? How can we achieve happiness? Is it a choice, like sadness? Yes, I will teach you how easy the matter is. You may have overlooked it. There's someone who's poor and always sad, and you may say that he's justified in being sad. But why? There's another person who is just as poor but always happy, and sometimes you might be sad while that person makes you happy. Why is that? It's because happiness is a choice, just as sadness is a choice. It's about how you deal with the circumstances you can control and those you can't. Let me teach you how you can choose happiness. Stephen Covey says we have 2 types of circumstances, and we have 2 types of people who deal with them. The first type is the reactive person. Stephen Covey puts the circumstances we can't control in a circle and calls it the circle of concern. He puts the circumstances we can control in another circle and calls it the circle of influence. The reactive person always lives in the circle of concern. He only sees this circle in his life, and that's why he's always sad. Imagine if you constantly think about circumstances you can't control, it's depressing. The second type is the proactive person. This person always focuses on the circle of influence and the circumstances he can control. With his focus, he chooses happiness even if his circumstances are extremely difficult. For example, if he's in a wheelchair, he chooses happiness and focuses on the things he can control. He decides to learn English, and by doing so, his body releases dopamine, which makes him feel happy. This is not just psychology, it's physiology, it's not just mental, it's physical. It's not just psychological nonsense, no, it's actually how the body works. If you are a reactive person, whenever you hear yourself saying, I can't, I'm unable, I can't succeed, win, lose weight, learn, or do something, you are a reactive person. But if you ask, how can I do it? How can I succeed, win, lose weight, or learn? You are a proactive person. You prepare your mind and body to be ready to learn, and it will help you find solutions. So, be a proactive person. The creative person, on the other hand, always blames themselves. Whenever they face failure or can't achieve something, they introspect and question why they couldn't do it. They say, yes, I didn't learn that thing properly, or I didn't try that specific thing to see how it could work. They truly accept responsibility for their actions and choices. Let me send you a clip by Wayne Dyer where he talks about the Chicken Man. In our downtown, there was a man whom we used to call the Chicken Man. He would drive his car around downtown, wearing 2 dolls and a picture of a woman in his car. When someone approached him, he would imitate the sound of a chicken constantly. We used to laugh at the Chicken Man without knowing his story. One day, his house caught fire in the early morning, and he rushed out to save himself. But when he got outside, he realized his wife and kids were still inside, and he couldn't get back in due to the fear. He could hear their screams for help, but it was too late when his brother-in-law arrived. He blamed himself and kept saying, I was a chicken. Why didn't I save them? From that day on, the Chicken Man entered a circle of sadness and chose to focus on the circle of concern. He carried this burden of guilt throughout his life. There's a remarkable line in the book The Secret which says, our feelings of sadness and joy are like a mirror reflecting the thoughts present in our minds. If our thoughts lead us to sadness, we will be sad. And if our thoughts lead us to happiness, we will be happy. So, the key is to focus on the thoughts that bring joy. So, whenever you feel sad, make sure that the thoughts in your mind are focused on circumstances you can't control. Change your thinking immediately, and start focusing on the things you can control and change. Your life will transform just as I mentioned in the video discussing the introduction of this book. Change starts with altering your thinking, shifting your mental perspectives. So, my dear follower, change your thinking and start considering the circumstances you can control. Be proactive and take the initiative. By using the farm theory after some time, your life will completely change. While I was reading this book, Stephen Covey mentioned an incredible story about initiative that I must share with you, my friend. During one of the seminars I was speaking at, a man approached me and said, Stephen, I like what you're saying, but every situation is different. Take my marriage, for example. I'm very worried because my wife and I no longer have feelings for each other. The same old feelings have faded away, and I don't believe I love her anymore, and she doesn't love me either. So, what should I do? I asked him, are there no feelings at all between you? He replied affirmatively, that's correct, and we have 3 children, and we're very worried about their situation. What do you suggest then? He asked. I told him, love her, Stephen. He replied, I told you there are no feelings between us anymore. I insisted, love her, Stephen. Don't you understand? The feelings have vanished between us, he said. I repeated, then love her. How? He asked, how can I love someone when I no longer feel love for her? I said, my friend, love is a verb. Listen to this powerful statement, love is a verb. Pay attention, my friend, love is a verb, and the feelings of love are the result of this action. Therefore, love her, serve her, value her, be generous for her sake, listen to her, care for her, this is love in action. You have made feelings lead your actions, but it should be the other way around. Actions come first, and then feelings follow. Love is a verb. Are you capable of doing that? Oh, my God. Did you see that? The mindset that can create change under any circumstance? So, my friend, you can change your life under any circumstances. All you have to do is change your mental perspectives and start thinking about the circumstances you can control and work on them with the farm theory. Your life will change, and you will move to a stage of abundance. Steve Harvey transformed from being homeless, sleeping in his car, on the streets, to a person with a wealth estimated at $1 million in less than 20 or 25 years. Did you see the farm theory? And I'm sure you know someone who can change their life because of this information. Send them this video if you really benefited from it. Don't forget to give it a like and follow the videos you find beautiful and enjoyable. Now, the first thing you do after this video is to take a piece of paper and write down the circumstances you can control in your life and stick it on the door. Every day when you leave the room, you'll see it to remind yourself and change it. As I told you, the most important thing you can change in your life is your mind. The more you develop and learn, the more options it will open for you. A single video with valuable information like this can change your life. So, what about 10 videos or 100 videos? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Today's dopamine dose for you, my dear follower, has come to an end. See you tomorrow, God willing, with a better, more beautiful, and stronger dose. Thank you for listening attentively. Goodbye.